Right, good evening, everybody. Nice, steady workout today. Um, just a nice, cruisy 30 minutes. Okay. Um, Nothing too fancy. We're keeping it low. We're keeping it in a training zone. Just 30 minutes, 5 minutes, and we just change a little bit of rate. So we'll go from 20 to 22. Um, if you are a lower rater, I guess you could do them 18 to 20, but then you'll be out of time with me. Why don't I do 18? Good question. I don't do a lot of 18 because I feel that it's there's a time and a place for 18, and I definitely think it works really well when you're trying to build a lot of power. But just over my time, I felt that 18 developed a lot of bad habits because you're trying to push the numbers ultimately. You're trying to go hard in training. And at 18, you start leaning really far back. You start trying to get a little bit more length and just a few things like that creep into it where at 20, you're just tapping it a little bit more, just turning the flywheel over slightly quicker all the time. So you go away from having to produce a really high amount of power per stroke to knocking back, like 15, 20 watts a stroke and doing it that way. So that's really why I don't do a lot of 18. We'll probably do a little bit later on. But at the moment, with the things that are going on, and obviously 1000 meter that we did yesterday, and some of you probably still yet to do, that you just got to keep that a little bit more freedom, keep the pace up, that type of thing. So, right. So we're into it. Sync your erg datas and whatnot if you haven't already. Yep, here we go. Nice. So yeah, you can have that running in the background or wherever you need it to happen. Do a bit of a warm up. So I've already done 3 or 4 minutes on here, so I'm ready to rock and roll. I'll try and get that done before we jump on here. But 30 minutes, simple and easy. We can chat, but it's just really just a rolling. It's a rolling motion. We just want to roll along. Think about the front. This is a good chance to think about the hang. If you're tight and sore from whatever it might have been, then think about your hanging a lot more. And just really gives us a technical focus for the day. Just something to focus on and work on as we progress, because ultimately, yes, we are working and we're working on our fitness, but we're always working on technique at the same time. So, and there's a secret behind that as well. You can do a lot of work on technique. Yep, cool. But it'll never make up for the amount of time that you need to do to get fit. Okay, so probably translates to the water more, where you can learn something new really quickly, right? You can learn it straight away. Yes, it's breaking the bad habits, but in a race situation, you have one bad race because your catches weren't that great or you were too rough around the finish. You can make that change very quickly into the next one by just focusing, right? That's what we're going to focus on. That's our main focus for the next race. But if you haven't done the work because you've done too much thinking about that in the practice building up to it, then you should have out of luck, because there's no way you can make up 200 Ks that you've missed by doing these short technical sessions. So I'm a big fan of, you still got to do the time, you still got to try and do the technique at the same time. And if it's really bad, yes, break it down and do some stuff here and there. But all these technical rows that people used to do and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. And yes, you need to be doing that when you're younger to build it up. But if you don't actually do the work, you can never ever make that work up in the final stages. But you can make significant differences with technical changes right at the very end, right at the precipice. Okay, so for now, let's lock and load and get into it. So, right. just set your clock to 30 minutes, just on a single time, and we will be away laughing. Ready? Go. So if you did do the pace yesterday, this will be a good one to just help stretch everything out. Nice and long. Feeling the length. A lot of bugs in my garage tonight. Probably eat a few of them. Feeling the body coming off the legs. If you don't already, hit the second button down on the right. In a session like this one, you can have a look at your force curve. You can see where application happens. What happens with if you make a change around the body, coming off the legs, the timing of it happening, smoothness around the front. So feeling that seat rolling up on the rail. And the change in direction. Have a focus on the breathing. Had some questions asked about that. At training pace, sometimes I get 2 to 3. It's sort of a bit out of kilter. And in the racing, you're trying to breathe
obviously as much as you can, but it sort of is once on the recovery, once on the drive, and not trying to make it too short. Right, so free it up. Let's get a little bit more rate. Remember, don't worry too much about speed. Focus that rate change. Yeah, good rhythm. Nice easy speed. The reason we do these rate stuff is, yeah, thinking about movements, the differences, even though it's only 2 points in rating, it changes the dynamic, the leg speed, the hand speed around the back, the speed around the front. But we're not going to climb out of the training zone. And the only way to get better at high rate at doing pieces is to work progressively through all the ratings. It can be done, but it's very difficult to just do a lot of stuff at training pace and then race. Okay? You can get very, very fit and last the distance, but the body's physiology hasn't learned how to deal with the changes in the amount of lactic acid and stuff in the body, which is all at different levels depending on the work that we're doing. So it's getting accustomed at different zones, different rate, different power. So when you start getting into that top end, it's not foreign. And it's also creating the momentum and the rhythm. Pushing the zones, the comfort zone. Do I need a stretch? Do I need to hang more? To get better, we've got to change it up. Find the movements, find the rhythm. work the lungs. Muscles and lungs. They're pushing down, stretching out. Good. Long arms. Remember, loosen the fingers. Think about where you're holding the handle. Not having fingers over the edge. Want to be right on the end. But having a good hang in the fingers with a good grip, but not choking. I'm definitely too loose sometimes. Good. Remember, it's one continuous motion. There's some parts that are patient and smooth. But we're always moving. Flowing. Good. So sitting tall, seat coming under. We try and stretch the ankles to help the hips pivot. Good. So leaning back through the drive. Should be in a good zone now. Bit of a sweat on. Lungs are bringing in the oxygen. We're ready to change. More freedom again. Now, speed with rate and body. Good. Good focus. And flow. Let's focus the pec up. The seat. Feel the momentum out of the bow, around. Doesn't have to be too forced, but we want to start the set forward. Good. Acceleration. Good hand. Keep a good focus on the movement, on the hand, on the recovery. Around the front. Continuous motion. Breathing. We're all doing good work. Holding splits. Remember the breathing. Might be heavier. Good. Focus on that for a while. Get the oxygen in. Good. Moving the hands. Just like that. With nearly 2/3 down. Here we go. And extend. Hang. Good rhythm. Hang. Feel the length. So this is a good, consistent work piece. Long muscles. Work them in. Building endurance. That's it. Good. Focus the extension. The core, front and back, and the hips. Feel the dynamic swing off the legs. Use the muscles. Quads. Hooking through the core and the lats. Good. Nice. Smooth. One long drive. Feel the weight in the handles, which we're pushing away. Good. Good. Long, smooth force curve. Not a massive peak. Good area. Force under the graph. And a good stroke length. Without overextending, without leaning too far back. Effective zone. Good. There goes another bug. Last 5. Remember, we're just tapping it up, moving free. Now, good. Should be able to do it easy now. Good splits. Let's hang on it. Long arms. Good. Breathing. Rhythm. Nice. Little acceleration. Hanging. Move with the speed. Hand speed. Tall. Good. Good push. Feel the pressure. Flow. Nice. Good carry. Good continuous. Loose fingers. Relax the face. Momentum. Nice. Holding speed. Acceleration. Nice. Coming down to this last minute. Good focus. Hang. Nice. Nice movement. Flow. Relaxation. Holding your numbers. All the way. Good. Nice. Wow, solid sweat on, guys. Very solid. Great workout though. It's coming off, if you've done your 1000, yeah, awesome. Might have found that a bit tough. I was having to focus quite a bit through the middle. If you haven't, all good. Then tomorrow do a bit of a speed workout, one of those ones we did a couple of days prior to your piece. Yeah, and probably don't need to go, if you've already done it and you're looking to do it again, that'll be really good. And then the next 2 days, just take it down, do the sort of those warm-up sessions, the pre-day ones that I sort of put out where they were just, only 20 odd minutes with a bit of a couple of bursts. So look to do that again before your piece. You don't need to push it, just don't push it too hard, just keep flowing it over and just keep a good intensity on the actual bits, like the pieces that you do that are part of it. So otherwise, yeah, keep training, keep putting in the miles. That was really good, really solid. We just keep the heart rate good zone the whole way and just trug along. So, right, time to go. It's bloody late here again. I really need to do these at a different time, but life just gets way too busy. All the best. Keep it up, guys. Talk soon.